So Mary and Kathleen, shall we turn it over to you? I mean, Mary and Honor, sorry.
Thanks so much, Mary Hunt here from Water. Good morning and happy second week of Advent. It's zipping right along. The election is in the rearview mirror, so we're freed of that particular dimension at the moment. And we move ahead with plenty to do and even more to think about and reflect on during this season. So on behalf of Water, I want to welcome you to this quarterly meeting of Water and Women of Dignity for our many friends who gather for this regular series. And I want to thank Dignity again for what has been a really lovely collaboration over many years now. And although we're not a huge group and don't expect to be, we are a solid group. And I think for many of us, it is a very good quarterly touchstone with people and ideas and commitments that we share. So I turn it over to Honor, who will give a similar welcome from Dignity, and then we'll go back to Diane and move along with the liturgy. Good morning and happy Marian feast to all of you.
Thank you, Mary. I'm Honor from the Women of Dignity, and I'd like to welcome you. And as Mary said, this has been a great collaboration, and we look forward to continuing it into 2025. So let us turn it over to Diane, and thank you so much for joining us today.
What would Mary say? December in the Christian religious calendar focuses on Mary, a woman of Nazareth and the mother of Jesus. December 8th today is the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, La Purissima, and it's the second Sunday of Advent, so we'll be lighting 2 candles soon. We see Mary's indelible influence in art, culture, and social justice. And today we're going to look at the many faces of Mary, or some of the many faces of Mary, and focus on her as a symbol of those who are oppressed, forgotten, and in search of community. An immigrant single mother under duress. Her numbers are legion. She's the most powerful woman in the world, according to National Geographic. And besides having appeared to faithful ones in Fatima, Lourdes, Guadalupe, Medjugorje, and many others, she has made her mark across the ages, from religious iconography to pop culture, socialist revolutions to feminist movements, and beyond, and in everyday lives like yours and mine. Did you grow up with Mary in your life? Statues, holy cards, May processions, novenas, and more. This is a statue that my mother made for me when I was a freshman in high school 50 years ago, and I still treasure it because she made it. And I was really into Mary in those days. So, though she is presented in myriad forms and ways today, her presence is as ubiquitous as her name, Mary. Now, December's filled with feasts of Mary. On the 8th, Immaculate Conception. On the 9th, Conception of the Most Holy Theophilus, the Greek for Mary. On the 12th, Our Lady of Guadalupe. And on the 25th, Christmas. So today, we light the Advent wreath. And go ahead with that slide, Wed. So today, we light 2 candles on the Advent wreath, since this is the second Sunday. If I can get mine. There we go. So the Advent wreath has 3 purple candles and 1 pink candle. So today we light 2 of the purple candles. And our refrain, which Kathy Ann is going to gesture for us throughout our reading, is many faces of Mary. Dance, oh dance in me. Many faces of Mary. Dance, oh dance.
Many faces of Mary. Dance. Many faces of Mary. Dance. Many faces of Mary. Dance. Many faces of Mary. Dance. Many faces of Mary. Dance.
We should work to find out if there is a Maria among us in the faces of our sisters. I'm seeing Maria in this woman of courage who has left her gender behind to take on everything new, who battles daily with the sickness in her gut that is using her body up, who plays electric guitar like an old rock star and loves the taste of Nigella's food in her mouth. In her face, I'm seeing a Maria of tenderness, a Maria of fierce intelligence, a Maria of beautiful fortitude.
I want to be sure I'm unmuted. Okay. I'm seeing Maria in this woman of fearfulness who has left her country and children and lives in a bedsit in Coventry. She came home seeking safety and found only obscurity, working illegally for the meager pounds the government won't pay her. I hardly know her, but I pray for her daily. In her face that I've never seen, I'm seeing a Maria of desperation, a Maria of tenacity, a Maria desperately missing her people and
I'm seeing Maria in the solid, straight-talking, uppity woman who is a tenacious survivor of a long life of kicks and bruises. She can infuriate, she dominates any group that will allow her into it. She can pierce the crap of church, state, or academy in seconds. She speaks truth as well as her own insistent neediness, whether we want to hear it or not. In her face, I'm seeing an irksome Maria, a spirited Maria, a Maria who will not take no for an answer. Many faces of Mary.
Dan.
Dance, oh dance in me.
I'm seeing Maria in this woman, my friend, who died of cancer. But she would have hated this description. She who lived passionately to the last day of her life for her children and husband and her neighborhood and her beloved Africa. For the work she did to make prison places of justice and humanity, for her God, who she hoped to the end might yet heal her. In her face, I'm seeing a Maria of compassion, a Maria of mercy, a Maria who can't bear the thought of never seeing her two sons grow older. Many faces of Mary, dance, oh, dance in me.
Once I start looking, I'm seeing Maria everywhere. In the faces of the sleek, glossy women, in the magazines I'm giving to read at the hairdressers, in my mother's face that looks back at me out of the mirror, in the faces of my sisters, which are now, heaven forbid, middle-aged, in the faces of women on the bus into Birmingham, in the distorted faces of Iraqi, Palestinian, and Ukrainian women on the news whose homes are lying in rubble, with nowhere to take their children. Many faces of Mary. Dance, oh dance in me.
Too many faces to catalog or notice or count. I have to work to find their faces of Maria, demanding my attention, my intelligence, my care. Come closer, Mother, and show me all the women I failed to look at closely, who were your presence to me if I'd but realized it. Waiting to be recognized, loved, adored. Many faces of Mary. Dance, oh dance in me.
On this feast day, let us pray a litany of Mary of Nazareth. Praise to you, divine providence, creator of the universe. Breathe into us life and creativity. Praise to you, guiding ancestors, liberator of the oppressed. Free us to do the work of justice with peace. Praise to you, divine wisdom, Sophia Spirit. Enkindle in us a fiery spirit of justice. Robin.
Sorry. Mary, woman of faith, guide us. Woman of vision, guide us. Woman of patience, guide us. Woman of wisdom, guide us. Woman of peace, guide us. Woman filled with questions, guide us. Woman of truth, guide us.
Mary, mother of all cultures, walk with us. Mother of those who are immigrants and refugees, walk with us. Mother of those who have been disappeared, walk with us. Mother of those living with HIV/AIDS, walk with us. Mother of those who are sick and dying, especially women with cancer, walk with us. Mother of women who are abused, violated, and sexually assaulted, and of our trans siblings as well, walk with us. Mother of all families, walk with us.
Mary, model of persistence, pray with us. Model of gracious hospitality, pray with us. Model of strength, pray with us. Model of independence, pray with us. Model of passion, pray with us. Model of vulnerability, pray with us. Model of holy rage, pray with us.
Mary, liberator of the oppressed, empower us. Bringer of justice, empower us. Comforter of the afflicted, empower us. Provider of sanctuary, empower us. Sign of contradiction, empower us. Protector of those who are vulnerable, empower us. Dreamer of new possibilities, empower us.
Mary of many names, empower us with your wisdom during these days of Advent. Teach us to see clearly that our vision may bring light to the world. Inspire us to act justly, to love tenderly, to set ourselves free, and to heal those who are brokenhearted. Amen. Blessed be. May it be so.
The promise let me sing the praise of having touched its holy one.
When it's not coming through, go ahead and click it off and we'll just say the words. I don't know what's wrong with the internet connection. So the words to the song, and if you could put Kathy Ann up, she'll do the gestures as I read the words. Kathy Ann, are you ready? I'll just read the words slowly. Blessed is she who believed that the promise made her by her God would be fulfilled, would be fulfilled. And Mary said, let me sing the praise of God for having now touched this lowly one. And from now on, I shall be called woman most highly blessed. Blessed is she who believed that the promise made her by her God would be fulfilled, would be fulfilled. For God has come to this servant Israel to show all mercy now and forever, and was promised as was promised Sarah and Abraham and their children forever. Blessed is she who believed that the promise made her by her God would be fulfilled, would be fulfilled. Holy is our God, whose kindness never ends, who by great strength has scattered the proud and raises up the poor and gathers them into all fullness. Blessed is she who believed that the promise made her by her God would be fulfilled, would be fulfilled. So think about the many faces raised up here that we've heard in the reading, in the words, and in the ones that we know ourselves. Let's take a few moments to reflect on these questions, and then we'll share in groups. What are your thoughts about Mary? What would Mary say to us today? And whom would she support, and how might she suggest we do the same? So Wed is going to put us in groups of 3 or 4, and when we get in the groups, just share your name and where you're from and enjoy about 10 minutes of reflecting on the questions. What are your thoughts about Mary? What would Mary say to us today? And whom would she support? And how might she suggest we do the same?
Wed? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay.
Diane and I end up in the same group, so I graciously bowed out.
Okay.
You're welcome to put me in another group, or we could be a group. What happened with the music? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. I don't know. I like turned it up and everything, and the last time we did it with Diane, everything worked.
But do you know that setting in the setting? I think we talked about it at one point. Original sound
Yeah.
for musicians.
I mean, we set it up on Friday, so like it should originally work.
Oh, look,
Like,
we have Mary Jane in our group.
hi, Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, did you just arrive? Can't hear? Mary Jane, is your sound not working? Let's see. We won't worry about it, Wed, but Mary Jane, are you in business yet here? Okay, connected to audio. There you go. Mary Jane, are you there? We can't hear you, so. Can you hear me, Mary Jane? Mary Jane, do you want to go out and come back in and see if that helps? Wait, connecting to audio. Let's see. Okay, you're now connected to audio. Can you hear me? We can't. We can't hear you, Mary Jane. You can hear me? Okay, we just can't hear you. It's kind of pitiful for somebody who worked for the telephone company. My goodness. Shall I just call you? What, any ideas what Mary Jane can do?
I mean, we can set the conversation in the chat. I don't know.
What's that?
We could like just discuss like the questions in the chat.
No, I
Because
want to hear
I don't know
Mary
if I can
Jane's
change
voice.
anything about her audio.
No. Oh, where's Patricia Russell when we need her? Yep. Is Patricia around? Mary Jane, is Patricia around? We got all kinds of problems.
You cannot hear her.
I can't hear Mary Jane.
Which one?
Right here. We.
Mute you.
No, she. Wait. Okay, here comes Patricia Russell. She's gonna fix it. Ask Patricia Mary. Just leave it. I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I wet is on. But Patricia Russell's gonna fix it because she knows everything there is to know.
It's red off.
Wet is on, but she's just not showing her pretty face.
Why?
Doesn't feel like it. I don't know. Doesn't want to be in the group. I don't know. Doesn't matter. She can do what she wants.
Red.
Hi, man. How are you doing?
Good.
Okay. Mary, I cannot find the setting you sent me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have to go into I think it's the general settings.
Okay.
That's
We download and
Start again.
shut down. Yeah.
Start again.
Yeah.
All right. Min's advice is to go out and come back in.
Yeah.
Just go out and then come back in and
Yeah.
try it. Okay. So the advice of the tech generation: go out and come back in. Might or might not work. Okay. WED. Let me see. When you go into settings,
Who is shut down? Who is?
Mary Jane and they're gonna come back in 1 second. Okay. Can we hear you? Okay, I have to help WED with this one thing.
Break room? Are
Wait,
you in
wait.
break room?
Breakout room. Wait a second. Where did I lose it? Yeah, we're in breakout rooms. Okay.
When about it, mom?
I don't know. I was in 3. Mom and I were in the same room, and since we already talked, we always talk to each other. We didn't need to talk. So they've gone out again?
Yeah. Actually.
Okay. WED, if you go in your general settings, maybe not, you don't want to do it now, but there's a setting about audio.
I found it.
What time are these groups over?
I think I'm gonna end them in 2 minutes.
Mhm. Is there any more music we're gonna need?
Yeah, the last one,
What?
the last song. We kind of also have a problem with the audio on this one. I don't know, it's been echoing everything Magdalena does.
Is it your internet at home? See,
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
the problem I think that you're having is with does it say at the top of your screen, original sound for musicians on?
Yes. Oh no, it's saying. Okay.
Does it say off?
Okay, now it's on again. Okay.
Okay, put it on, and I think try that.
Okay, perfect.
Try to
you hear
play a
me?
little. Wait, is that Mary Jane?
Yeah, I think so. I
Oh,
think
Mary
I found it.
Jane! Oh, a miracle for the Advent. Was that the doing of Patricia Russell?
No,
No, just the
me,
world.
just me.
Good for you. Great to see you. You're looking well.
Yeah, I feel good.
Oh,
I
Mary
feel great.
Jane.
My waist up is great. I can't walk, but it's
Is it
okay.
coming back, do you think, or what's the
Yeah, a little.
good? Yeah. No,
I'm a
I
good
really,
walker.
I've been on the
I can
24.
stand up. I can
Yeah.
stand up. Yeah,
Well, you
which is a
look
real.
fine. You look upright, where you are now. You look
Yeah,
fine.
well, the wheelchair does wonders.
But does the doctors think that it will come back? I mean, that with PT, or they can't say, or
I don't know. PT won't do it. The problem is between my brain and my nerves. My nerves got disconnected from my brain. When they crushed, all the nerves got boggled. That's what happened. So
oh
everything from
dear.
my waist down got all messed up. So a lot of them are back. Some of them are back. I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do in the beginning. So I'm very positive about that. And eventually, I believe I'm going to be able to walk. I don't think I'll ever walk without some kind of cane or walker, but I do believe I can walk again. I think I'll be upright and moving as opposed to sitting and
Good,
wheeling.
good. Well,
I just can't. I mean, I can stand up. I mean, I can transfer from chairs to beds, and I can do all that like by myself. But I can't walk.
mhm.
But that's okay because I'm going to walk someday.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Someday I'll
I'm
walk.
just so I just can't tell you how excited I am.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to get my brain is really much better. I mean,
Great.
that's the thing. I was just so stressed out, I think,
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
really didn't affect anything. I have the
Hiya.
good, better, much
Yeah.
better.
Great.
It's very difficult. It's what amazes me the most is people who stand near me say, "Wow, your hair is dark," or "Wow, your hair is long," or because they never saw the top of my head, because I'm so tall. So I look at people and people look at me differently. That's weird. That's about it.
Well, I'm thrilled to see you. And I'm sure on behalf of those who know you on this group, we are all just having held you in the most fervent prayer for a long
And I know that.
time.
And I don't think I would not be where I am without those prayers. I'm very grateful. If it wasn't for God, I don't think I would have made it. I was so scared in the beginning, and I'm
Well,
so much.
I would give a little bit of credit to Mary Jane too. I think she
Yeah.
steered the ship there in a very, very skillful way.
Well, I don't know. You never know. You never know, Mary.
I know
Anyhow,
that one, Mary Jane. I know that one.
I'm glad you know. Everybody seems to know that except me, right? But life is better. Yeah, that life is better. I'm sorry. I don't mean to overcome your prayer, Diane. Thank you for doing this.
No, that's exactly when we come back to the full screen, what's happening among us, what touched you in the group, what needs to be said. So you let us off. Thank you. And it's great to see you.
It's good to be here. In so many ways.
So we all wanted to be in all the groups because we love everybody who's on this screen. So what happened in your group that that you want to share with all of us? Something that you said, something that you heard, something that you felt. It's like an open time to share before we go into the prayers of the faithful. I think you can just wave your hand or just talk. If you want to do that yellow hand, go for it, and we'll honor that as well.
Hi, Diane. In our group, we, Kathy, you have to mute yours.
Okay.
And you're showing that you're on mute, Honor.
Okay,
There
I'm
you go.
back.
Yeah.
So in our group, we showed our Mary statues and told the story of them from our grandparents and what countries they came from. And I thought that was touching. And Maureen said hers is on her front lawn, but I could picture it. I pictured that outdoor Mary as well, kind of thing. So I thought that was a touching piece of each of our heritage.
Thanks, Honor.
In our group, Marianne had shared that her Mary kept saying yes, and that Magdalena was learning from the older women.
Mhm. Deb.
In our group, I learned a new resource because I like to think of Mary as a very strong woman. From Scott Erickson, Honest Advent, Awakening to the Wonder, and it's drawings, and obviously Maureen could tell you more because she's the one that shared it with me. But I thought it was wonderful to have a new resource to look at that have pictures of Mary as a woman in various stages and circumstances.
Maureen, do you want to add to Deb's comment?
Yes, I'm using this book at the Franciscan Center where I do a lot of work down here in Tampa. And I had never seen it before, but I don't know if you can see that image, but it's the baby coming out of ready to come out of the womb. And he uses, they're very stylistic drawings, and he's quite an artist in every other way. But the women who are, only women came to it, which is usually the case. And we just can't get over that. Everything seemed to be written by men, because nobody ever talked about maybe Mary had morning sickness, or all these things about pregnancy. So just the first 7 chapters are very rich and very small chapters too. So I think you'd love it. Honest Advent.
Thank you. Trudy.
So we shared about visions of Mary, of being scared but strong and brave, and that we could look to her and go to her for strength in our daily lives.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to say, Kathy, your signing was beautiful. Thank you.
As always, yes. Yeah, a round of applause. Last thoughts, anyone, before we move into the prayers of the faithful?
Maybe this partly moves into that, but for me, I'm very much missing the celebrations for the Immaculate Conception in Nicaragua, that we call Mary La Purísima. So I'm thinking of the people of Nicaragua. It kind of maybe leads into the prayer time, but people who have a strong faith in Mary, and carry that into their lives now very much more quietly because of the dictatorship, but still, that's what I'm thinking of, the people.
So I think you have moved us into that prayers of the faithful as we think of the people of Nicaragua. And who else is on our minds right now? Who needs our prayers? Prayers are really always powerful in this group, and especially on a day with Mary on our side, I think there's a lot of power here. Who do we need to pray for? Who needs our prayers?
I'd like to ask prayers for our friend Dolores. She's 95, has dementia, is a hoarder, and Lynn and I are taking her to an assisted living up here near us in Santa Rosa. She's 2 hours away where we used to live in San Mateo. She thinks she's going for a visit, but with the doctor's understanding, it's better that once she comes up here, we leave her here. So it's been a long, hard year of getting to this point. So we ask for an easy transition for Dolores and for us, because it's very emotional for us as well. So thank you for your prayers.
So our response, as Wed has put on the screen for us, is Mary, embrace Dolores with your love and care, and embrace Trudy and Lynn as well.
Amen.
Remember my mother, Dorothy Coakley, who is in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, gone into hospital. She's 98. She's been in assisted living. She dances back and forth between the hospital and home and assisted living, but she's in with some issues to do with breathing and anemia right now. So thank you for your prayers.
So Mary,
embrace
Becky's mom with your love and care.
I would also, with the people of Nicaragua, I'd also like to ask prayers for my husband, former husband, who died Friday night. Ooh. He had lived many years with Alzheimer's, and I asked prayers for his wife, Marcia, and my stepchildren, Anita and Bert. Mary, embrace Marcia, Anita and Bert, and the people of Nicaragua with your love and care.
I ask you all to pray for a 22-year-old woman from Afghanistan who will be coming to the United States very soon through Rainbow Railroad. And she will be welcomed and supported by my Small Faith Sophia community in Northwest New Jersey. And I can't tell you her name yet. So
Mary,
embrace this woman from Afghanistan with your love and care.
I'd like to raise up my niece, Katie, and her husband, Alex, who gave birth to twin boys a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago now. They're overjoyed. They're exhausted. They are round the clock with these boys. My sister and niece were over there this past week. So for all mothers with newborns who take them into new places, help them overcome their exhaustion and see the joy. Mary, embrace Katie, Alex, Henry, and Teddy with your love and care.
I'd like to pray for my Dignity Boston community that is celebrating its 52nd anniversary this evening, and that we may still be vibrant and loving and continue even though our numbers are dwindling. But I am very grateful to all the people involved and that support us. Mary, embrace Dignity, especially Dignity Boston, with your love and care.
I'd also like to bring into prayer, I believe it's the Chicago group that lost a member of their Dignity group in a car accident. I'm not sure, I don't remember her name, but I know that that's a tight group there, and I'd like to hold them in prayer. So Mary, embrace the Dignity Chicago group with your love and care. Thank you.
I would, do you want to go? I would like to ask prayers for all the residents of our living center, and especially those who are in the memory care unit. Mary, embrace these women with your love and care.
I have a sister, Janice, Janis, who has Down syndrome, and she's 67, and it looks like she's going to outlive all of her siblings. We already lost one sibling in April, my brother, and she might outlive all of us, but she can't walk or she can't talk, but she is in a home, and this, I just sense that the power of prayer here is powerful. I mean, I sense that, and I ask. She's my dearest. I took care of her for 13 years, 24/7, and Janice.
Mary, embrace Janice.
Mary, embrace Janice with your love and care, and thank you all.
I'm also thinking of all the people in the midst of war in our world. Mary, embrace people living in the midst of war with your love and care.
And I guess we need a celebration for Notre Dame. Mary, embrace the people of the world who honor all of the holy places that have been those of goddesses and those of churches and those of people of all religions. Embrace them all with your love and care. So for all of these prayers and many, many more, on this day, we give thanks as we begin to bless the bread and the drink.
Blessed are you, gracious and loving Holy Wisdom, for giving us this festive bread. Bless us as we eat it and give thanks for the many faces of Mary in the world.
Hold your drink up as we pray. Blessed are you, source of life and being. The warmth of this drink. Bless us as we drink and give thanks for the many faces of Mary in the world and for the abundance of LGBTQIA plus gifts.
Good morning. The Magnificat is a spiritual prayer that speaks of the holiness of women. Our soul magnifies the holiness that dwells within us, and the spirit rejoices in the presence of the Holy One. because we have been touched and called. Yes, from this day forward, all generations will call us blessed.
For great things have been done through us and those who have gone before us. Holy is our name, and we have shown mercy and strength as women from age to age. We've gathered our courage and steadfastness and worked to heal the brokenhearted with tenderness and care. Yes, we've been hungry and have filled each other with good things, for we have kept our promises and journeyed and struggled in the hope of our dreams, touching and healing, laughing and crying, questioning and loving. Yes, indeed, by our living and our faithfulness, by our passion and our courage, all generations of women from this day forth will be blessed.
Let us put our prayers into action. Here are some possible ways. Visit a shrine of Mary in your neighborhood.
Ed, we can't hear you. Can you speak a little louder?
Yeah, of course. Visit a shrine of Mary in your neighborhood and clean it if necessary. Sing a Mary song that you remember from your youth or listen to on YouTube. Pray the Litany of Mary of Nazareth in this liturgy, add more to it. Engage in Mary-like ministry, feed those who are hungry, donate to those who are poor, and visit those who are sick.
Thank you, everyone. This has certainly been a different hour than probably happening in most churches today. It made me wonder, what if the Christian focus were, in fact, the Marian focus rather than the Jesus focus? If we simply, if Mary, as it were, if Mary were all we had, as the Jews would say, it would have been enough. Something to think about during this season, that if we only had Mary, and if everything were what Mary had done and said and
Yes.
in the stories, it would be a very different faith tradition today. It might even include equality and women's empowerment and things like that. I'm going to simply give the last section, which is the announcements, and I'll start, and then Honor will pick up, or Mary Ann Duddy Burke, depending on whom Dignity has designated. We will have tomorrow night at 7 o'clock with Kate Moody, a meditation on inner light. As daylight shortens here and light bursts forth in the south, we'll look for strategies for cultivating and connecting with our inner light. So that's Waters Meditation tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern Time with Kate Moody. It goes for an hour. And then our last water program for the year will be Tuesday, December 17th at 7:30 p.m. with Diane New and the water community, a solstice of resistance, solidarity, and recommitment. As the dark dormancy and silent beauty of winter offer time for new visions to emerge, mysteries lie in darkness. The warmth of summer sun heralds new opportunities for those in the south, and the water community will celebrate it all, honoring resistance, solidarity, and recommitment as we move into the new year. Honor or Mary Ann, any announcements from water, and then I'll do the sending forth, and we will have time afterwards to chat informally.
All right. Just a reminder that the Dignity Women meet on Zoom twice a month. Our next meeting is December 16th. And then I'll pass it to Mary Ann, and she'll give the Dignity USA announcements if she'd like.
Thank you, Honor, and thank you to Water for this really amazing, wonderful reframe of Advent, calling us to focus more on Mary. I appreciate that very much. I want to remind folks that Dignity USA is offering an Advent scripture reflection series. On the next 2 Wednesdays will be our final 2 presentations. This week on the 11th, Maddie Marlette, a trans woman from Boston, one of our young leaders, will be the facilitator. And then on December 18th, we're going to do a queer lessons and carols reflection.
And Jane Azeltine, a newly minted sister of the IHM order, will be our reflector. So you are welcome to join us. We'd love you to do that. And I have put the registration link into the chat.
Thanks very much to both of you. And now, as we go forth, may Mary fill us with hope and peace this Advent season. May we see the faces of Mary in those we meet and be in solidarity with the poor. May the wisdom of this circle touch communities around the world so that all may live in peace soon. As we go forth during this time of Advent, let us remember to peek outside at night and look at the stars, trees, moon, the cosmos. As we yearn for hope and peace, let us remember to connect with divine glory and with one another. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And I'd like to especially thank water interns Wed and Magdalena for Wed. Show your picture there so we can see you and thank you. Yep, there we go. This was a premiere, so thank you very much for all that you brought to bringing this to the screen for us today. And thank you for the readers. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your presence. What a blessed community we are. We're open for anybody who wants to say anything before we bid each other farewell for this time together.